Hi, my name is Christina Risk and I am from Ball State University. Today I'll be sharing with you how to play the clarinet. So first things first, we need to learn the 5 main parts of the clarinet. We'll start from the bottom up. The bottom piece, right here, is called the bell. And up from that is the lower joint. And up from that, the upper joint. Next is the barrel. It's just a circle, looks like a barrel. And next we have the mouthpiece. And what you put on the mouthpiece is a reed, and to hold the reed to the mouthpiece is your ligature. For beginner clarinets, it's smart to use a softer reed, about a 2.5 to a 3. Nothing too hard. Okay, so what we're going to do first, before learning the embouchure, is we're going to put the clarinet together. Because you can't really learn the embouchure without having the clarinet set up. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to start from the bottom up. I'm going to take the bell and the lower joint and put this together. And it's important that you have your cords really well lubricated so there's no sticking when you're trying to put your clarinet together. So we're going to put that in there. And then you're going to take the upper joint. And what you're going to do on the upper joint is you're going to want to hold this key down so that the bridge piece comes up so that there's no hitting of the parts, and then you push that down. And then what you want to do is, it might be a little hard to see, but there's a little bridge key in there, and you want to make sure that it lines up. So then next, you take your barrel, and you stick that on, and then your mouthpiece. And you want the flat end of the mouthpiece to be facing towards you. So after you got the mouthpiece on, it's time to put your reed on. What you want to do is take your reed and make sure it lines up with the top of the mouthpiece. And you want to have as little of the black part of the mouthpiece showing up at the top. But you don't want to put your reed too high or else it'll chip easily. So once you think you got it in the right spot, we're going to take our ligature with the keys facing towards you, and we're going to tighten that reed on there to secure it. You don't want it too tight because that will prevent the vibration of the reed. So let's see if that'll give us a good sound. As you heard me squeak, it's very, very common for beginning clarinets to squeak, and it's just something you're going to have to play through. It's going to happen a lot. So, our embouchure. Like I said in my other videos, your embouchure is the way you form your lips around the mouthpiece. For clarinet, the correct embouchure is to take your bottom lip and curl it over your bottom teeth, like that. And that's where you place your mouthpiece. That's the cushion for your mouthpiece, right there, like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your top lip and your teeth and put it over the mouthpiece without biting down on the mouthpiece, like this. Okay, so that's your proper embouchure, and make sure that your chin is down at all times. You don't want to be like this. So, before we start playing, again, we need to go over proper playing position. So, get yourself a good chair. It's very important that you have a good chair. Get a good chair, and you're going to sit towards the edge of the chair. Get your feet flat on the ground, back straight, shoulders back, and head up. Once again, pretend that you have a string pulling the top of your head up. Now we're going to learn 5 notes: C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, so the first one, like I said, is C. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and put it on the back here on the open hole. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3 on your left hand. And let's see if we can make a C. I'm going to play it again and make sure yours matches mine. Okay, now that's the C. The next one is D, so all you're going to do is lift up your third finger And that's a D. Here we go. Once again, I'll play it and make sure yours matches mine. And next we have E. And all you do again is just lift that finger. So it's just your thumb and your first finger. And here's the E. I'll play it again so yours matches mine. And for F, like we've been doing, just remove one finger. So it's just your thumb. One more time, make sure yours matches mine. And the last one's G, and that's just open. No fingers down. And I'll play it one more time for you. Make sure your pitch matches mine. Oh, let me play that again without the squeaks. There you go. So make sure all your pitches match mine. And like you heard with my squeaking, you're gonna have squeaking too, just like me. And don't get discouraged by it. Just keep practicing, and eventually they'll go away. So those are 5 of the notes. Let me play them all again in order. So there are your 5 notes, and you can keep going back and making sure your pitches match with mine. So like I said in my other videos, you need to understand that when music is more advanced, it's not just going to be those 5 notes all in a row. So you need to make sure that you practice different patterns and different rhythms with these 5 notes so that when you read them on music, it won't be very difficult for you. And don't just practice like all of them in a row. C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. Do like C to E, and then F to D, and then E to G. Any kind of pattern you can think of, any rhythm you can think of, so that it'll be less difficult for you when you play it more advanced music. So the last thing we're going to do when we're all done practicing is take our clarinet apart. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to loosen your ligature. Make sure that's nice and loose so you can take that off nicely and get your reed off. And what you want to do is now just put your reed in your case. Make sure you have a little case for it so it doesn't chip or break. And then you put that in your case. And then you take your mouthpiece off. And you're going to want to put the ligature back on it so you don't lose it. And tighten that on there so it stays on. And then if you have a little cover like this for your mouthpiece, you can go ahead and put that on there. Put that away. And then you're going to take one piece off at a time, so take the barrel off. Make sure you're not grabbing onto any of the keys so you don't bend anything. Next, we're going to take off the upper joint. And again, don't press any keys down. And the lower joint. And the barrel. Or the bow. So again, come back and look at this video as many times as you need to make sure that you're playing clarinet together right, and to make sure your embouchure is right, and to make sure you're playing the notes right. So yeah, come back and look at this as many times as you need, and hopefully it'll help. Happy practicing!